For 1 week, I made myself a rule that every email, no matter what it was, got a reply within 1 hour. Client questions, internal stuff, random outreach, all of it, I wanted it to be the most responsive version of myself I could possibly be because I've always believed fast replies are part of running a good business. And by the end of the week, I'd learned something that's actually changed how I think about my inbox completely because being fast on every email wasn't actually the win I thought it was. It was only the win on one specific kind of email. And everything else, being that fast, was quietly costing me more than it was ever worth. Because here's what I believed, right? That responsive equals professionalism. The faster you reply, the more it signals that you care, that you're on top of things, that you take the relationship seriously. So, somewhere along the way, I just started treating every single email the same way. But the reality is that belief, it's not exactly wrong. It's just incomplete because it assumes all emails are the same kind of thing, just wearing different subject lines, basically, but they're not. So for 1 week, I held myself to it. Inbox open most of the day, every email answered within the hour, no exceptions. I wanted to actually feel what that level of responsiveness does to a week and not just imagine it or wonder. It was exhausting almost immediately, if I'm honest. Like emails, we probably get it, right? Like emails are a lot. And it's not because replying to emails is hard. It's not. It's because being on alert for new ones all day is hard. And then making decisions on what to say is hard. You can't actually focus on anything that takes real thought when part of your brain is checking the clock on every email that comes in. But here's what I noticed by about Wednesday, probably. Not every email needed that hour, not even close. When a new client inquiry comes in, somebody who didn't even know me yet, reaching out for the first time, replying fast really mattered though. That's the moment they're deciding whether to trust you with something. A slow reply there genuinely can cost you the client because they're probably emailing two or three other people too. And whoever responds first with real attentiveness has a real advantage here. That part of the belief held up completely. But almost every other kind of email in my inbox that week wasn't that. It was an existing client asking a question that wasn't urgent. It was an internal update that could have waited a day with zero consequence. It was something administrative that just needed handling eventually, not immediately. And replying to those within the hour didn't make me look more professional. In a way, it almost made me look desperate or like I wasn't doing anything else. It just meant that I would be interrupted whatever I was actually supposed to be doing and whatever I was trying to get done. And it's frustrating when that one thing, it could have waited. It didn't need me for another day or more. And by the end of the week, I went back through and actually separated the emails into two buckets. New inquiries, the kind where speed genuinely builds trust and can be the difference in whether someone hires me. And then there's everything else, where speed wasn't building anything. It was just me, available on command all day, training everyone, including myself, to treat my attention like it was free and instant. You see, I'd been treating my inbox like one category of thing, when it's actually at least two completely different categories with completely different rules. New inquiries are a closing moment, everything else is just operations. And I'd been giving operations the urgency that should have been reserved entirely for closing moments. And the cost of that wasn't just my focus, although that was real. It was just that I'd quietly trained the people I had already worked with to expect instant responses for things that were never actually time sensitive in the first place. Which means the next slow reply, even a reasonable one, now feels like something's wrong because I built the expectation. Like, that everyone has of me, including myself. And if you want to test this in your own business, you don't need a full week of being glued to your inbox like I was. Just look back at your last 20 or 30 emails and sort them into those two buckets that I'm talking about, the new inquiries or existing relationships and operations, right? You'll probably notice the ratio is way more lopsided toward the second bucket than you would guess. Then give yourself permission on purpose to treat them differently. Fast on the new inquiries every time, because that's where speed is actually buying you something. And a real honest check in window, maybe once or twice a day for everything else. Honestly, I've been doing it every other day since this. Not because you don't care about those people, because they were never actually asking for an instant reply. You just started giving them one. And so, if you actually went back through your own inbox and sorted things into those two buckets, that's the whole point here. Not to make you feel bad about answering things too fast, but to show you where that speed is actually buying you something. Like, you got to learn more and more as a business owner what matters and what doesn't. And that is hard because everything feels important and urgent, but it's not. And I give you permission, if you need that from me, to take slower time to process things, to not jump at every little thing calling for your attention because there's so much already doing that. And look, if your intake process for new inquiries could use a system that makes that fast first response even easier, I would love to help you at Austin Blanchard Strategy and Consulting, where we figure out how the business actually runs day to day. And I help you build a marketing strategy or a business strategy to make this work more efficiently. And if you're looking more for marketing materials like a brand, a website, or paid advertising, whatever it may be, then come work with us at Creative Cabana, where we can help you get exactly what you need to grow your business. And remember, enjoy the journey, my friend, because it's a good one. I'll see you in the next one.